proud sponsor of Rockwall County Game Day. Shop the Rock and score game-changing savings on our all-American lineup of new Fords. Shop our entire inventory online at rockwallford.com or build your truck your way at preordermyf150.com.
Hey, good evening, everyone. I'm doing a little show tonight. I wasn't sure that we're going to be able to do this. The weather was not looking good, so it wasn't a good idea to have some of the kids over at Rockwall Ford. So I thought that I would share some interviews that I had with you guys tonight, and then we will talk some baseball. We have some Jet Williams Award stuff to go over. This is the last week. We have it's a regular season award. It's the Rockwall County Game Day Baseball Player of the Year. The winner will receive the Jet Williams Award. So really looking forward to that as we have our final games coming up this week. And then next week we will announce some finalists for the award. I think the first place I will start tonight is some future Rockwall Yellow Jackets. They are up and coming 2027. They will be freshmen next year. Quarterback Blake Bird and wide receiver Jack Northcutt. I caught up with them at the 7-on-7 tournament a few weeks ago. I did an interview with them, but I lost the audio, and so I did not think that I was going to be able to share it. Luckily, I believe either Blake's mom or Jack's mom recorded it in the background. So we do have some audio. It's not the best, but I did what I could to make it loud enough for everyone to hear. So really look forward to everyone viewing that interview and showing these kids some support. You got some good talent, of course. Coach Brooks over Rockwall. They have a ton of talent, and these are just two guys that are coming up. And so let's go ahead and do that. Without further ado, I want to share my interview with 2027 incoming freshman Blake Bird and Jack Northcutt. I'll be right back. Jack Northcutt, Blake Bird, playing a little 7-on-7 out here in Lovejoy. Guys, as you get prepared to take the next step and move up to high school, what do you guys hope to get out of getting some reps in out here?
It's more getting reads and finding the zone. Receivers wise, they got to learn, sit down, make the right cuts. For me, it's finding different routes in different spaces, making the right reads.
For me, it's finding the holes in the zones and being able to make plays on the ball whenever it's available.
How important is it to have this time to stuff like this?
It's super important because you build a chemistry with you guys that you can't really get anywhere else other than on the field.
How much are you guys looking forward to playing at the next level?
A lot. We're ready to go.
Never been more ready.
Friday Night Lights soon. We're gonna get there.
It's a healthy rivalry, but you get to play Heat. It didn't go your way today, but how much do you enjoy it?
We love it. We love playing Heat. We love the competition. It's a lot of fun.
All right, guys. Good luck to you. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Rockwall Ford is a proud sponsor of Rockwall County Game Day. Shop the Rock and score game-changing savings on our all-American lineup of new Fords. Shop our entire inventory online at rockwallford.com or build your truck your way at preordermyf150.com. All right, Rockwall County Game Day. We are here. All right, so I'm doing my best here to navigate this at my home. Hopefully you're not picking up too much background noise. My family's being kind and they're keeping it down, but life goes on and we have to get the kids ready for bed soon enough. So I'm sure you'll hear a little noise. Yeah, those two guys are really Blake Bird and Jack Northcutt. They're really putting in the time. They're pretty active on social media, showing off a lot of the stuff that they're working on, and they're doing everything they can to earn a spot on Coach Brooks's team over at Rockwall, which of course, you've got to put in the work to play around here, football, really any sport, but
talking about football, there's the quarterback position's deep, the wide receiver position always seems deep. So I appreciate Tucker Roofing for helping us out there with a little sponsor tag on there, and we appreciate everything that Tucker Roofing does for us. As I mentioned before, we could not do the show at Rockwall Ford tonight, mainly because of the weather. There's some bad weather supposed to be coming in later tonight, so hope everybody stays safe. We asked that the guests that we did have, that they not come in, especially with the district, Rockwall ISD, kind of canceling all activities this evening. We decided it was probably safer just to not have everyone come out. The next interview that I'm going to show, so I sat down with Coach Webb over at Rockwall Heath. Of course, I think everyone here knows that Coach Webb was a coach over at Rockwall, and took some time to be over at Highland Park as the athletic director. And the right situation came up, and he found himself back where he calls home here in Rockwall County, and with Rockwall Heath, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be interesting. We had a great conversation with Coach Webb, and he's really looking forward to the challenge. He's really looking forward to getting to know a lot of the players at Heath, not just at the high school level, but at the 8th grade level and so on. And they're going to do all they can to build up these programs, as he's bringing in a lot of new staff, and so there's he talks about how they're still a little shorthanded on the coaching staff side, and they're working quickly to get up to speed with all the coaches, and then get ready for football. Spring football's here. I went out the other day and watched them. There was a lot of good energy. Talked to a couple of offensive linemen at the Heath versus North Forney game, baseball game last night. They're excited, and they're just all trying to get to know each other at this point. So let's go ahead and air this interview we did with Coach Webb, the head football coach at Rockwall Heath. And that interview will be sponsored by Vice Henley and Dilbeck Attorneys at Law. We really appreciate their support. We appreciate all our sponsors, and it's a big part of everything we do, and this would not be possible without their support. So I appreciate everything that Vice Henley and Dilbeck has done for us to this point. So I will step out, and I will air the Coach Webb interview right now. All right, Rockwall County Game Day. We are here with Coach Webb, the not so new, but kind of new Rockwall Heath head football coach. Coach, formally, I guess, congratulations. I know we've talked a couple of times since then, but congratulations and welcome back to Texas high school football coaching.
I appreciate it. It's good to be back. It really is. It's, less than a year away from, my role as a coach, and didn't take me long to start missing it. And it's, blessed to have this opportunity.
Coach, I guess I want to start there. What made this particular school, Rockwall Heath, the right move to come back?
Well, I'll start with saying this. I loved what I was doing at Highland Park. The job itself over there was great. I had no qualms at all. I did miss coaching, but our commitment is to live in Rockwall County. We've got a house that we plan on being our forever house, and so I did start thinking a little bit back in December about do I want to get back in? I miss it. Is coaching something I want to do again? And I thought to myself, there really, because of our commitment to living in Rockwall, there really isn't legitimately a place I thought I would wind up again. And so I was perfectly fine finishing out my career as an athletic director. And then when this opportunity came up, I just thought, what a unique opportunity, an opportunity to coach on the other side of town, an opportunity to try to have an impact similar to what I've had at my other stops, and it was just too good to pass up.
Coach, you mentioned it just now, on the other side of town. So obviously, beloved in Rockwall and around here, certainly by Rockwall and Heath fans. But you've coached for the Yellow Jackets, and now you're on the Heath side of it. Mm-hmm. What are you looking forward to most about that rivalry and being wearing the red?
I use the term healthy rivalry. Everybody loves the fact it's a rivalry in whatever sport we play, but it could be healthy. It doesn't mean we have to hate each other. Now, that one night we play, the gloves are off, and it's all about the competition. Rockwall ISD kids, they're Rockwall and Heath are communities that are pretty much inseparable. You could say, well, the interstate is a dividing line, but that's not much of a dividing line. One of the things I'm going to bring is a little bit of a sense of unity, having been on both sides of town. Those coaches on that staff up there, some of my best friends, and they're not going to stop being really, really good friends of mine just because I'm on the south side.
Coach, your job here with being the head coach of Rockwall Heath, what's been the most challenging part of this so far? What's just trying to get settled in as spring ball is quickly approaching?
Yeah, I think the most challenging part is when you step into something midstream. The time doesn't stop for me. Yet, I'm not getting the opportunity to start from square one. I'm jumping into things midstream, and time marches on. So, for me, it's just been the totality of trying to get the new staff hired, trying to learn kids' names, trying to learn the people here on campus that I need to go to for certain things, trying to get the booster club organized. There are just a lot of moving parts at one time, which it's all good. I tell people all the time, I'm very busy, but it's good busy.
How important, Coach, is a state championship to you, and where does that fall in line as you start to try to build this program?
I would love to get a ring before I'm done, and I think everybody would. And if I didn't think that was a possibility for this program, I wouldn't be here. Having said that, I got a chance to play for them. The last game I coached was the state championship at 21, and one of the takeaways that I had from that experience was, I've coached 30 years to be able to play in this game, to coach in this game, and when it was over, I thought to myself, like, is that really it? I mean, is that, and the thing that really resonated with me after that experience was, that's not really why I'm coaching. That's a great byproduct, but there are a lot of great coaches, there are a lot of great players that never have the opportunity to play in that game, and it shouldn't diminish the value that they brought to their team for that season or for a career. So for me, yes, I absolutely would love to get back, love to win a ring. But I hope it doesn't define my career whenever I'm done.
I want to ask you about the kids and how important it is to make sure that they grow up good young men and learning some life lessons through football.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. The winning and the success of a program is a byproduct of doing all the other things right. And so I tell people all the time, in every stop that I've made, is that we are going to win and we're not going to cut corners. We're going to do it the right way. And sometimes people sacrifice integrity and principles for the almighty victory. We're not going to do that. We're going to coach character. We're going to coach class. Our coaches are going to exhibit character in class. We're going to model it for our kids. We're going to be great examples. And I want to think that when our kids are out of the program, they're going to be better husbands, they're going to be better fathers, they're going to be better employees, or whatever line of work they go into for having experienced high school football.
Coach, you've been around coaching a little while, and you have certainly coached against guys that were on your staff before, I'm sure. What are the challenges of coaching against Coach Brooks, who you guys know each other really well? What are the challenges for you in the football scheme of it?
Well, I think, and I would speak for Coach Brooks when I say this, I think the challenge anytime coaches go up against each other that have been on the same staff is just the familiarity. You know, we're going to operate very similarly to the way that we've always operated, what we look like at Geyer, what we look like at Rockwall, Mesquite Horn before that. Just from an ethical standpoint, you know, we want the game to be decided on the field by the kids. And so, but there will definitely be an air of familiarity when we take the field that night.
You've probably got a lot of dates circled, and you know, you take it one game at a time, Coach. I know that's how it goes. But there's got to be something special about the I-30 Classic and what it does to this town, this community. How much fun has that been over the years, and how much are you looking forward to that again?
Well, it's probably more fun for the fans than it is for the players and coaches, just because, you know, and it's an electric atmosphere. All that part of it is great. I think the thing you have to do as a coach is you got to make sure that you keep your kids' feet on the ground, because that game does not define a season, win or lose. And over the course of the rivalry, there have been years where, coming off of that game, both teams turn around and lose the next 2 games, or 3 games in some cases. There have been seasons that have tanked after the Rockwall and Heath game. And so I think you got to be careful about, you know, the end goal for both programs is to win a state championship. And I don't want our goal to be beat Rockwall. I want our goal to be win a state championship, and to get there and do that, we need to beat Rockwall, you know. And so, not to try to temper the rivalry at all, but I think we've got to keep everything in perspective.
Rockwall County is rich with talent, and how excited are you? You know, you're trying to get to learn the players here at Heath, but also, you know, you're trying to see what's coming as well, I'm sure. How excited are you to just about Rockwall County in general with the amount of football talent there is?
Well, if you look at the products in football alone that Rockwall County has produced just in the last 5 or 6 years, I mean, we're about to have an NFL draft where there are going to be three kids get drafted that played either at Rockwall or Heath just a few years back, and that's so exciting to see. And you know, there are more kids in the queue that are going to be elite players at the high school level and beyond. I will tell you that, you know, I do my homework, and I knew before I ever accepted the job at Heath, I'd done a little bit of checking. I knew there was some really, really good talent coming through the system, and so we're going to do our best to cultivate that talent, get everybody pulling the same direction, build relationships as early as possible. I would just say I hope everybody has a little bit of patience, because we are very short-staffed right now, so we don't have the presence at our middle schools right now that we're going to have. It's really just because we don't have a lot of manpower right now. Really looking forward to cultivating those relationships, building those kids, and I've already told our current freshmen and 8th graders coming up that there are really, really bright times ahead. I think there are bright times ahead here in the short term, you know, but I think certainly in the long term, we've got opportunities to play in some really, really big games and win some really, really important trophies.
All right, Coach, let's have a little fun here and get away from football. If you had to give up one, golf or meat, which one would you give up?
I would undoubtedly give up golf over meat, because on a routine basis,
tough,
when
Coach.
I'm on the golf course, I want to give up golf.
That's a fair point, so I'm gonna I'll have to agree with you there. Yeah, that's a good one. A day with a professional golfer, because I will stick with a little bit of golf, or play Augusta. A professional of your choice, so it could be whoever the greatest was in your mind, or play Augusta National.
So I would choose to play Augusta. I've had a similar hypothetical. If I got an opportunity to play Augusta, but at the end of the round, they were going to lop off one of my fingers, I would play Augusta. I would give up, like a pinky, I would give up for the opportunity to play Augusta. So
100%.
I've been on that course 3 times as a spectator. Obviously never played it before, but I think it would eat me alive. I would take about 24 golf balls with me, because I'd probably lose about 20.
Yeah.
But I would love to have a chance to play that course.
A state championship ring or $1 million?
I'll take the ring.
It's priceless, right?
Right. Money comes and goes, but that opportunity to have that accomplishment is it's invaluable.
Coach, welcome back, and thank you so much for taking some time to talk with us today. We'll share this out with the community, and I look forward to coming out and watching some spring ball, and getting to know some of the new coaches. I know excited to have Coach Moore around here. I've not met Coach Moore yet, but it's exciting time around Rockwall Heath.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to when I say get started, I mean we're already going, but I feel like we haven't even gotten to the tip of the iceberg yet. So.
Well, Coach, again, good luck to you, and we'll see you shortly in here in 6 days till spring ball?
Yep, 6 days.
All right, Coach, go get them and good luck.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Rockwall Ford is a proud sponsor of Rockwall County Game Day. Shop the Rock and score game-changing savings on our all-American lineup of new Fords. Shop our entire inventory online at rockwall4.com or build your truck your way at preordermyf150.com.
Okay, back. That was our interview we did with the new head football coach at Rockwall Heath, Coach Rodney Webb. It was really fun to talk with Coach. We had some good conversation before and after, and it's really easy to see why he's so popular and so beloved in the community. I knew Coach just a little while before he left for Highland Park, but the interactions that I've had with him, it's easy to see the why Rockwall and Coach Brooks and the staff, they just seem to carry that same personality, and it's just easy to see why they've been so successful at Rockwall, under his leadership, and it's just continued with Coach Brooks and his staff over there. It's gonna be really fun to watch that. I took out some of the stuff on, are they gonna be familiar, is on game day with each other's play calling and things like that. And he said yes, but he also said that there's ways to change it up and to kind of mask things. So look for their offenses, look for everything to look the same, but obviously there's going to be some wrinkles in there, and at the end of the day, again, he said he wants it to be a very clean game, and I know he's excited for it. I know he's excited for spring ball, as again, there were some clips that I put on there from our visit with Coach Webb at practice the other day. If you missed the Coach Webb interview, it will replay once I am done rambling on tonight. We'll probably be on here another 15 or 20 minutes as again, we did not do a show at Rockwall Ford, obviously. The weather is supposed to get pretty ugly and nasty. The last thing I want to do is ask any kids to come out and put anybody in harm's way with the weather. So I decided, I had a few interviews that I had done. I was hoping to get finished with, I have a couple of golf interviews with head coach Ben Wardlow over at Heath, and one with Billy Watkins over at Rockwall that I was going to try and air tonight, but I'm not quite finished, so I didn't want to rush those. So those will be coming out soon enough. As you can see, Hudson Financial Group Insurance Investments, they are sponsoring this segment, and that means that we're going to talk a little bit about the Rockwall County Game Day Baseball Player of the Year. The winner will receive the inaugural Jet Williams Award. Really excited about this. The Hudson Financial Group is the presenting sponsor for this award. We are frantically working on the schedule to figure out when we're going to announce the three finalists. Of course, if you're paying attention, I kind of already announced one yesterday. I was pretty excited about the performance from Mr. Powell for the pitcher for Rockwall Heath, and it was just kind of a no-brainer that he's going to be one of our 3 finalists. Let me kind of catch people up on the Jet Williams Award if you're still not really sure what's going on with this. So we wanted to recognize the Baseball Player of the Year, and we, just like we did with the Jackson Smith and Jigba award for football, who shout out to Jackson Smith, who was getting ready for the draft, the NFL draft. We wanted to have a trophy with this, and there's a lot of great baseball players that have come through the Rockwall and Rockwall Heath programs, as well as Royce City. But for us, since we're so new, Jet Williams was the guy that we knew to be the most current, and obviously with him being drafted in the number 14 overall in the first round by the Mets, he's the highest that's ever been drafted. It just made sense to bring. We're super excited about it, and they've been okay. I think we're back. So the